Hey, what's up, Guardians? Welcome to the Destiny Help Desk podcast, a show that's designed to help you with the little bits of the Destiny 2 online game. My name is Todd the Gator, and whether you're a brand new Guardian to the game or a returning player, I'm here to help explain the constantly changing dynamics of this game. I'm also here to bring you up to speed and get you ready to jump in and start your Destiny journey. This is the audio component to my YouTube channel, which is, by the way, Todd the Gator. Remember, that's 2 D's and G-A-T-R. Or you can just visit youtube.com/@Todd the Gator. If you're more of a visual learner or you want to refresh your memory of today's subject, you'll always find a link to the video pertaining to this very show's topic. Just check those show notes below, right down there. If you have any questions for me that I might answer on the show at a later time, email me at toddthegator@gmail.com, or you can send me a voicemail with your question at speakpipe.com/Destiny Help Desk. All of those links will also be in the show notes below. You can find me on Twitter at Todd the Gator as well. On this week's show, episode 4, I discuss the changes that have made our little hovering buddy, the Ghost, much more useful, and all the things you can do with your Ghost today. All right, let's get into it. For new and returning players out there, you might have noticed this little orb that talks to you all the time, and also conveniently revives you after enemies finally knock you on your butt. As I'm sure you already know, this is your Ghost. It's a gift from the Traveler that aids you wherever you go in this world that is called Destiny 2. What you might not know, however, is that this little guy isn't just for decoration anymore. As of the Beyond Light expansion, Ghosts now provide utility and quality of life improvements in the game. I tell you what, I don't do anything in Destiny 2 without the appropriate Ghost mod equipped. How to get these mods, what mods work best for your situation, and what benefits they provide is what I'm going to cover today, so buckle up. Alright, first things first, if you inspect your Ghost, right now, go ahead, I'll wait. You'll notice there's 10 slots that you can unlock. These slots will cost you a one-time purchase price of a combination of Glimmer, Legendary Shards, and Enhancement Cores. Don't worry, it's not too expensive and well worth the cost. This is the first thing you want to do to unlock your Ghost Shell. Alright, you got that done? Okay, great. Now let's get on to the mods themselves. Okay, think of your Ghost now as a toolbox. You know, that red box with all the drawers in it? Okay, so your Ghost now has 4 mod sockets available to you, and let's call them the 4 drawers, okay? The top drawer, or the first mod socket, is referred to as the Experience mods. These mods range from Flickering Light, which provides you a 2% bump in anything you do in the world as Experience, or XP, to Blinding Light, which gives you a massive 12% bump in Experience and XP. Think of mods as the hammer in your toolbox. You know, because you want to hammer out more experience, right? No? Okay. The mods range as 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, and 12% more experience. At the beginning of the season, these mods will really help you unlock that great Season Pass bar. And that's what it's all about, right? Now, your next drawer down, or your second mod socket, is called your tracking mods. I love these mods, especially if I'm farming planetary materials and chests in the patrol zones on different planets. A quick note, as of Season 19, the planetary materials will be removed on the planets, which is a good thing, less things to track, right? But they still will be there and trackable, and they'll still give you Glimmer and XP. So keep using these mods. Think of these mods as the screwdrivers in your toolbox. You'll use them all the time for locating chests or your planetary material nodes. These mods range in detecting planetary materials or nodes from 20 meters all the way up to 75 meters wherever you're walking or driving around the world. There are also mods in this slot that detect caches or chests from 20 to 75 meters as well, wherever you roam. Now, there's the tracker mods that I like to use, and these are the 2 remaining mods that track planetary materials or nodes and chests within 40 and 50 meters respectively. But keep in mind, the higher the detection area, the more they're going to cost you from your 10 ghost shell slots that you have overall. Which, by the way, I don't know if I mentioned this, it's called masterworking your ghost.
Best your opponents and survive. Victory is a matter of will.
Your third drawer down, or your third mod socket on your ghost, is what I would refer to as your pliers or adjustable wrenches in your toolbox. Am I overdoing it with the tool references yet? Okay. This mod socket is called your economic mods. Whenever you open a chest or pluck some planetary materials or nodes, when you're roaming around, you'll get a small amount of glimmer and, at least for now, planetary materials as well. And who doesn't like more glimmer and materials, right? These mods do exactly that. They increase the amount of glimmer and planetary materials you get from them. The range of more glimmer can be from 5% all the way up to 65% more glimmer. If you've seen my fast Glimmer Farm video on my YouTube channel, and I'll put that in the show notes, by the way, you can get upwards of 6,000 glimmer from one chest. So check that one out as well. It's super easy. Okay, also in this slot is something Bungie just added recently, and that's called the Armorer mods. What these mods do is instead of getting more glimmer materials, you can get a guaranteed minimum of 10 of a certain armor perk. In other words, mobility, resilience, recovery, strength, intellect, and discipline. I'm going to make videos about that later. But just know if you're trying to farm armor to get certain builds together, these mods also might be able to help you out. But I wouldn't worry about these unless you're already at the end game, or what I call the long game, where you're into build crafting, and that's more of your priority. For now, I would consider this slot as more of getting more glimmer or materials. Finally, the very bottom drawer, or final ghost mod socket, is where you would find the specialized tools. You know, that tool you bought one time and you can't remember what it was used for? Am I right? No? It's just me then. Okay. This mod socket is referred to as the activity mod socket. This is where you can get certain rewards at the end of playlist-style games like Crucible, Gambit, and Vanguard Strike playlists. They range anywhere from more legendary weapon and armor drops, higher value crafting materials like enhancement cores, planetary materials, upgrade modules, and also enhancement prisms. I know, Bungie needs to simplify all these resources, but just know that if, for instance, you're low on enhancement prisms, you can equip a greater core harvest Crucible mod, and whenever you get a headshot in the Crucible, you'll have a chance to get an enhancement prism instantly, right there. Or maybe when you win a Gambit match using the Modularity Gambit mod, you get a chance to get an upgrade module to level up your stuff. Again, don't beat yourself up on these, as they are more end or long game material and rewards, but you can use these mods as long as you have the masterwork. In other words, you've unlocked all 10 slots of your ghost. Alright, I know that was a lot to cover today, but as a new and returning player, you may not have been taking advantage of these little extra perks in the game, like us veteran players have. So now you know. By the way, the next question I'm probably going to get is, where do I get these mods? I don't see all of them on my ghost. Yeah, I hear you. As you play anything in the world of Destiny 2, you will eventually begin to get legendary engram drops. Or maybe you rank up your Crucible vendor and start getting those legendary engrams. When you turn in these engrams, you'll begin to get these mods. I have also gotten ghost mods from opening chests on various planets. So just explore, play the game, and eventually you'll collect all these mods. And I assure you, Bungie's pretty generous and wants you to get these mods quickly. So jump in there, Guardian. Let's go. Bungie continues to add more and more creative ghost shells out there, so jump in and start collecting them now. You won't regret it, and get rewarded for the stuff you're already doing in the world of Destiny 2. Hey, thanks for listening to this episode. Hopefully this will encourage you to take advantage of that little partner on your shoulder and increase your gains and luck doing anything in the game. Keep an eye on future episodes where I will talk about another subject in the world of Destiny 2. Just a reminder that if you want to join our community, a community full of gamers from veterans to beginners, go to discord.gg/Guardian Downcast. That's where my longtime friend Hazelnut and I have another podcast for the more advanced gamers of Destiny 2, where we interview content creators and community members, discover their story and journey in Destiny, We also talk about the current issues in the community and the game, and go over the latest news from Bungie. If this sounds like something you might want to check out, the link will also be in the show notes down there as well. There's lots of quick links down there, so check them out. Also, if you have a question relating to today's show that you want answered, you can email me at toddthegator@gmail.com or send me a voicemail at speakpipe.com/Destiny Help Desk. I want to help as many Guardians as I can, especially with the new Lightfall coming. So let's hear them. Thanks again for your time, and later, Guardian. You thought the podcast was over, didn't you? The one thing that most of my listeners on my other podcast, Guardian Downcast, know is that if you listen to the entire episode all the way to the end, I usually put a funny snippet or a soundbite or something we talked about in the show, just a quick short little thing at the end of the show for all my diehard listeners out there. So here's what I got for this episode. I get this question a couple times every now and then from the comment section of my YouTube video about this subject. And the question is, Gator, how many ghosts should I have, to have like a working order of ghosts to do whatever in the world? Well, here's what I do. I have one ghost shell that's set up specifically to detect planetary materials and the caches or chests. Combine that with a fairly high glimmer booster. For instance, I have Combo Detector, which detects caches or resources within a 40-meter range. And then I also have a Supercharged Glimmer Booster, which increases my glimmer gains by 50%. You can put both of these on one ghost. I have another ghost that has Burning Light, which increases my XP gains by 8%, combined with a Greater Core Harvest for Crucible, which when I get Precision Final Blows in the Crucible, I have a chance to get awarded an Enhancement Prism, which are pretty expensive to buy. I have another ghost set up for XP gain plus glimmer gain. It's called Burning Light, increase XP gains by 8%. Combine that with an ultimate glimmer booster, which increases my glimmer gains by 65%. I also have another ghost that I guess you could call when I'm running strikes. I have a Guiding Light, which increases my experience gains by 10%. I have a Resilience Armor because I want high resilience on any armor pieces I get. This will give me a minimum of 10 resilience and will more likely drop with even higher resilience than that. And then finally, I'll even add a Prosperity Vanguard mod. Vanguard playlist strikes and Nightfall completions have a chance to drop an additional piece of legendary gear. So that's an example of the ghosts that I use every day for whatever I'm doing in the game Destiny 2. Hope it helps you out. Later, Guardian.